WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Miss Faberge is leading the way to kick off this week's series.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Leading the Way, where we explore the backstories of those paving NEPA toward a better future. This week, we're joined by Miss Faberge, owner of Faberge Dance and Tumble in Hazleton. Miss Faberge, welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Tracy. It's my pleasure.
Let's start at the beginning. Tell us what your childhood was like growing up, what your hobbies were, what your dreams and aspirations were.
Well, really, one word covers that: dance. When I was a kid, pretty much that's what I did right from the beginning. Dance and acrobatics was my specialty. And all I ever wanted to do was dance. I sometimes look back at that and think, wow, how did that happen? Right from the beginning. But I knew by the time I got to be high school age, I knew maybe we should try to get away from dance and do something more practical. And I did go to school. I have a bachelor's in marketing, but it didn't work out that way. Got the education and returned to dance. So that's really what I did. Everything circled around my dancing. Of course, cheerleading, I was a majorette, all of those things, but always in that same realm.
Was there something that inspired you that you saw on television?
I think so. When I look back on it, my mom was a wonderful pianist, honky-tonk style. My mom is a Depression-era mother. She's almost 100.
Wow.
So that was 60 years ago, and she would play this wonderful piano every day. And I think that that's where I got the music in me. And dance is really about the music. Additionally, then my brother told me that when I was a little kid, I used to watch Ed Sullivan. And on Ed Sullivan, they used to have the Chinese acrobats. And I tried to do these things, and I was able to do them, and then people do this. Yay, good. And I think somehow that encouragement lifted me, and I fell in love with it. Then, of course, got into the dance lessons. Janie Smith, a Hazleton icon, and I was off and running.
Was there a particular dancer that you looked up to growing up?
No, I won't say there was a particular dancer. When I was a kid, it was all about Charles Kelly, the acrobat. But I'm a very holistic type person. I see value in a lot of different things. So, and I did study it all. When I was a kid, I would read the books about all the ballerinas. And of course, I love Mikhail Baryshnikov. It's really now that I'm older that I'm starting to study particular dancers. I was just enjoying dance and doing it everywhere and anywhere I could, studying with whomever I could.
Well, you definitely have a drive very young, and
yes.
That you've dealt very well with that.
That's all it was. It was all dance.
Okay. Check back tomorrow night as Miss Faberge continues leading the way into part 2 of this week's segment. Good night.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Miss Faberge is leading the way into part 2 of this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Miss Faberge. Miss Faberge, how did you get to where you are today, and what steps did you take to achieve those goals?
When you say where I am today, you mean owning Faberge Follies,
Yes.
Just things I'm doing. Well, I was always danced, went to college, did that, got my degree. Then as I got in my 20s, did the performing, as you do. And what happened was my partner, what you would today call a partner, my gentleman friend, who guided me in show business and dancing, got very, very sick. And I knew I was going to need help taking care of him. I said, where do you want to, I'm going to open a dance school now. Because really the dance school is what I like best. I perform and I love it, but I like that dance school. And I said, do you want to open in Miami by your mother or in Hazleton by my mother? He said, Hazleton by yours. I said, well, what will we call it? Faberge Follies. And that's how Faberge Follies began. He helped me, guided me, taught me everything I know about production, many great things. Then he passed away. By then, I was firmly entrenched in that business, loved it, and then took the reins by myself, and it's been a wonderful ride, and I never wanted to leave.
What are some of your fondest memories over the years with being a dance instructor?
My fondest memories are being with the kids. When you're with the children, see, first, when you have the dance school, you think it's because you like to dance. Mm-hmm. Very nice. But once I got into it, it was the children that I liked. And even though they're young, we share something in life. We love this acrobatics and this dance. Mm-hmm. So it's being like with your little friends. Mm-hmm. And all my time, or what I think most fondly of, is being in that studio and bringing them along and helping them discover, sounds trite, but it's true, the power within themselves. And when they start to find that and find their center and who they are as people, that's what I like. Those are my best memories. It's not really about the great competitions. We did a lot of competitions. Things like that are wonderful. It's the people. I work with wonderful people. Yes, I'm the leader, but boy, do I have a staff. It's all collaboration. Working with Dr. Larry Skinner, 30 years. Miss Gina DeFlore, Miss Ruby McQuaid was great with the acrobatics, Melissa Wilkinson, all of these people. And now I'm working with gals who were students of mine, Miss Madeline Lagenza. It's the relationship with these people and the collaboration, how working together, 1 + 1 = 3. That's what I will remember.
And definitely it's made you a success. Check back tomorrow night as Miss Faberge continues leading the way into part 3 of this week's segment. Good night.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Miss Faberge is leading the way into part 3 of this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Miss Faberge. Miss Faberge, describe your facility and what's available to the students.
I have a wonderful building. It used to be the Moose Club. When I was a kid, it was a Moose Club. And when I came to Hazleton, I bought it. It's 5,000 square feet right on Broad Street, 2 floors. We have 3 gorgeous dance rooms. The downstairs one is the showpiece, very fancy, but I like the upstairs because there's a bay of windows. And often when I'm teaching, I'll say to the students, stop. Everybody look out the window, and we can see the southwestern sky. We also have, and the children are starting to do that to me. Stop, Miss Faberge, look out the window. But we also have another room, so there's always enough room to move around. We have lots of mats, of course. We do the acrobatics. Right now, I'm set up to shoot video. Because we're doing some things online. And in general, the building has good karma. So it's a place that we can come. That's what we have to offer, is that good feeling and a place that becomes your dancing home and lots of space.
Okay. Tell us what it's like going to a competition.
Oh, competitions get a bad rap. I love competitions. Everybody at competition is having a great time, okay? And there's lots of enthusiasm, lots of energy. When you go there, the different acts go up one after the other, and it's all different schools, and people are really enthused. The parents are enthused. It's a very upbeat, positive experience. If you handle it correctly, it's a great resource for teaching about winning, teaching about losing, teaching about how to behave in public, teaching what is fair. Life is not always fair. A lot of opportunities, and it's a reward for the children. They love it because you're in the studio after all. Get dressed up, get in that costume, get out there. Most of the competitions do a really great job of being kid-friendly. It's not a big serious competition like a ballet, the Paris ballet competition where everyone's very serious. It's not like that. It's a lot of fun and by and large a wonderful experience.
I'm not sure who it's more fun for. Is it for you or the kids?
we all have a ball, and the moms. It's just a feel-good, wonderful thing. And the kids, they're under pressure, and I like when they're under pressure. How do you perform under pressure?
Right.
I like that.
To teach. Absolutely. Check back tomorrow night as Miss Faberge continues leading the way into part 4 of this week's segment. Good night.
Goals of our local leaders. So, Miss Faberge is leading the way into part 4 of this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Miss Faberge. Miss Faberge, let's talk about the moms with the pageants or the competitions, and maybe the negative vibe that some people think they put the pressure on the students. And
I get that question a lot. What about the moms? You've got these moms who want the kids to dance because they wanted to dance. That has not been my experience. I have in 30 years met I have to say everybody, wonderful people. The parents, I have chills as I'm saying it. The parents are saints. Parents bring their kids to lessons basically to give the child a good experience, make them learn something, and they're very good. I'm pretty demanding. I want you here, here, and here, and this is how I want it. And the parents are very cooperative. I think it's good when you have soloists. You do need to have a parent pushing and reminding that child to practice. That's their responsibility.
Right.
For the most part, dance studio moms have been fabulous with me, good people.
Good. That's good to hear.
Very much so. And the dads now. We have dads. 30 years ago, you didn't have any dads. 1 or 2. Now, we have a lot of dads where it's their responsibility to bring the child to dance. And I talk to them about everything, hair, makeup, everything.
Wonderful. Maybe they'll take up dance.
Sure. Why not?
What types of dance are taught at your studio?
All right. Now, by and large, acrobatics, acrogymnastics is our specialty.
Okay.
Now, with acrogymnastics, you must teach classical ballet because ballet is the foundation of the good technique. It's like the ABCs of dance. Also, when you put the numbers together, they have to be able to jazz dance. You have to do the wonderful leaps, the turns. And I personally like tap dance. Tap dance is fun. I'm not going to say it's easy because it's not, but it is lighthearted. So it's a nice change for these children who are acro specialists or ballet specialists. And I always bring in something new every once in a while. For a while, we did Polynesian. That's Hawaiian dance. I like to expose them to all different kind of dance because, again, Faberge Follies is a holistic type place. I love dance in general, and I want the children, when they're older, if they said they took dance, then I want them to have had a nice cross-section of dance.
Well, you're definitely teaching some great fundamentals.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Yes, you are. Check back tomorrow night as Miss Faberge continues leading the way into part 5 of this week's segment. Good night.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Miss Faberge is leading the way to wrap up this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's final segment of Leading the Way with Miss Faberge. Miss Faberge, let's talk about the future.
Ooh.
What's in store?
Okay, first, I will never retire. That's number one. Faberge Follies, as long as I can do it, I will continue to do it because that's what I like to do. I'm not worried about going on vacation to Europe. I'm not worried about retiring and golfing, although I do like to golf. So we will continue with Faberge Follies. Additionally, I'm very excited because after 30 years, I've learned a lot. And I am a particular age. I'm old enough to have still been taught by the old vaudeville dancers. Anyone older than me is gone. I'm also young enough, I was a child of the 70s, that I got into the newer dance competitions. Hip hop came on the scene. I'm right at that cross section. And I learned a lot, and I'm starting to identify it and write books, workbooks, and go online to put my knowledge out there for other people.
Great, we look forward to that. What do you have advice for someone who's interested in pursuing a career such as yours?
The advice I would have would be, this is only for someone for whom there is no other option. In other words, you don't decide, do I want to do that? If you're deciding, then don't do it. For myself, there was no other option. As I said earlier in the week, I did go to school, get my degree, but no, I had to return to the arts. If you are 100% sure that this is what you must do, then I'll share some advice that was given to me by a wonderful woman, Carla Perlow. I did an internship in Washington, D.C. She owned a place called the Dance Place. She was about 15 years older than I. I was 20. And she said to me, I found my way. Now you have to find yours. I had no idea what she was talking about. But what she meant was, in the arts, it's tough. You have to find out what you are going to do in the arts to fulfill you and bring value to your life. For me, I love the dance school. But I didn't know what she meant, but that would be the main thing, that you have to find your way and you think long and hard before you choose to make a living in the arts. I would do it no other way. But in my next life, I might do something else.
Do your students reach out to you after they finish your
Yes.
classes and let you know how you've benefited them?
Yes. The Faberge Girls do come back and they give me a lot of support, and I like to hear it because then it makes me sure I'm on the right track, and I will continue to do this for the generations that are coming up now.
Well, I think you're definitely on the right track. You have
Thank
some
you.
great energy, and I love talking to you. We'd love
Thank
to
you.
have you back
It was
here
my
again.
pleasure. It was
Thank
fun.
you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us all week, and an even bigger thanks to our guest, Miss Faberge, owner of Faberge Follies Dance and Tumble, for coming in to chat with us. Have a great weekend, everyone. Best of luck, best of life. Good night.
Good night.
That was amazing.